Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever it is for you. For me, it's Monday, September the 4th, 2023, day 558 of Vladimir Putin's obscene incursion into Ukraine. And over the course of the counteroffensive, I've been depending on a number of war mappers to bring you latest battlefield updates. Those mappers include Andrew Perpetua, Deep State Maps, Suryak Maps, and Suryak Maps is a pro-Russian war mapper. Now, and it's important to have both sides in, right? Deep State is pro-Ukrainian. Andrew Perpetua is independent but Western. And then Suryak was pro-Russian. Suryak Maps is shutting down. Now, we will not have that voice going forward. And your guess is as good as mine. The folks that manage the channel on Twitter say that it's because of health problems and other personal issues. And maybe it is. If that's the case, I would like to say that I, for one, have appreciated the work and the effort. And I hope that you are well. And we will miss your work. So, having said that, I'm going to borrow somebody news maps. I hope you don't mind today, and that's Jonathan M.S. Pierce, who, if you don't follow Jonathan M.S. Pierce over on the Tube of Views, I strongly encourage it. The guy is an inspiration to everybody that's involved in this business. Anyway, so let's take a look here then. Let's start up at the top, up north around Kupiansk. And here we can see very clearly all the Russian gains around Sinkivka, which all the pro-Russian voices, the Russian propagandists, the sophists, they all said that Sinkivka had fallen to the Russian forces. This is nonsense. Never. No Russians entered that village. The advances around it, encircling it, have been repelled. They are pushed back to the zero line from where they started. And so there are no Russian advances in the north. This is true all along the Svatova line. The little bit of gains that the Russians had made on the other side of the Zarabets River, those gains have been given back. If we take a look here at the Institute for the Study of War, not only has the Institute for the Study of War confirmed that the gains in the north have all been given up, but they report significant Russian losses over the past week, which has prompted a short pause in Russian offensive activity in the area. Now, you know as well as I do, I have my own opinions about this. To me, the fact that the Russians are advancing on the Kharkiv region, which is not one of the annexed territories, goes to the point that the whole narrative that they're only interested in the Russian-speaking territories, the traditionally Russian parts of the country, is nonsense. This gives it away right here. Let's move down the map. In the Bakhmut direction, there's a lot of good news from the south. The news from the north is neutral. The advance up there seems to be paused on both sides, though you can see there are some modest Ukrainian gains. But then if you come down the line, look, it's Ukrainian gains, Ukrainian gains, Ukrainian gains. Today, the village of Klivchiska is officially fully under Ukrainian control. It appears that that's the case. Now, on the outskirts of the village, there is the rail line where the Russians have been pushed back to. And we're hopeful that that rail line will soon be cut. Cutting that rail line off means no more resupply to Bakhmut along the rail. And you cannot fight this war without bullets. So increasingly, Bakhmut is being taken into a pocket. Increasingly, the logistics into Bakhmut are difficult. And increasingly, advances are being made in the south, while the line to the north of the city is being held. Now, south of Velka Novosibirska, the front has been stalled pretty much for the last couple weeks. There haven't been real gains. But Today we see the Ukrainians pushing toward Prayutny, just to the west there. And then that little village you see over there that I'm going to call ZB rather than destroy the pronunciation of that village to the Ukrainians. I'm so sorry, guys. But ZB, that little village right there, I think things are important with that village. And that's a longer discussion to be had that I'm going to talk about on the Live at 5 today. Some additional gains around Robotny. Now, you see that yellow line there, that's almost matches the Dragon's Teeth and the first Sorovikin line if you just extended it to the south. And so the Ukrainians have pushed they've pushed around the Sorovikin line. They've done an end run around it and pushed through there, down to Verbove. They've made additional advances north of there, out to the east, pushing out east, and then to the west, pushing out toward Kopani. They're clearing those tree lines one at a time, clearing those minefields one at a time, and they're pushing out to avoid being flanked, right? They don't want that to become a pocket. In fact, Russian propagandists have actually said, oh no, we let them take Robotny so that we could draw in as many troops as we could into the pocket and then demolish them. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. The word is that the 41st hasn't arrived yet, to the best of my knowledge. But the 76, which was brought in to reinforce Novopokivka, has apparently been getting decimated en route there. That seems to be what's happening. No real changes to the Kherson front, nothing happening down there. A little bit of an advance just over there by where the Novokakhovka Reservoir used to start. There's not really any water there anymore, but they've taken about a square kilometer of ground there. And so all up and down the front lines, it's Ukrainian gains, Ukrainian gains, Ukrainian gains. Every meter is costing the Ukrainians blood, make no mistake. But it's costing the Russians a lot worse. A lot worse. So that's where we are today. I have a theory that there is a relationship between the advance on Robotny and the advance on ZB. And today in the live, we'll talk about that a little bit. So please join me live at 5 Eastern Daylight Time, U.S. time. And I hope to see you there. Thanks so much. Take care. Make it a great day.